Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. We're back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Rob,
Steve, Mark, and we've just finished playing Notre Dame. Now, it's another Stefan Feld game. Steve's big on his Stefan Feld games, so they do come out quite a lot. In this one, you are based in Paris, so this is the Cathedral of Notre Dame in the middle, and each of you has a kind of area of Paris that you're trying to influence, which is what all these little cubes are. The way you play the game, though, is you you have a whole pile of cards, and each round you pick 3, and then you start drafting. And each of these is going to give me an action, so maybe I choose to take this action, I put it in front of me, and I pass on the other 2, and then Mark will pass me the cards that he doesn't want, and then I pick one of the ones from here, so maybe I'm going to go for the ones with the cubes this time, and you carry on until eventually you're going to end up with 3 cards, and then we're all going to play these cards for actions, except you're going to play 2 of them. One of them isn't going to get used. So this one, for example, lets me stick a cube. You're going to start with a bunch of these cubes in your personal supply. You stick a cube on the area that matches in the city. So this is the one with the victory points, which is what little hexagon things are. Now, if there are no cubes in here, and I put one in, then I would get 1 victory point. But if there's already a cube in there and I put one in, I get 2 victory points. If there's 2 cubes in and I put one in, I'm now going to get 3 victory points. So the more they're in there, the more points you get. This card lets you get more cubes, so you can run out of these cubes very quickly, but there's a general supply over here and you can get more cubes from that one. This one gets you money, which is useful in various ways. This one lets you move your carriage around. Now my carriage ended up all the way over here. At the start of the game, there are these tokens around the board in various places, and you want to move your carriage around, and each time you land on space you get to take the thing. So this will get me 2 victory points and an extra cube. That's handy, and you sort of keep it in front of you. So you're trying to run around collecting those as well. Now I'm not going to go through all the actions, but I'll just explain a couple of the other mechanics. There's this rat track here. These guys pop up as they go through the game, and at the bottom of the card you see there are some rats, and that's effectively how much the rat population is going to increase in your area of the city. So it starts at 0 and it gradually increases. There's one space here, the hospital, you can stick cubes in, and that reduces the amount that the rats go up. But if the rats ever get to, or if they go past 9, you lose victory points and you lose one of your cubes. So you've got to be quite careful. You've got to try and manage your supply of rats in your area. There are a couple of spaces here you can see with a cross on the rat. You can stick cubes on there to get rid of some of the rats. The other important space then is Notre Dame in the middle. Essentially, when you go here, you can pay money to get victory points, which is why getting the money is quite important. And also, there's 12 victory points that get shared out amongst all the cubes that are in there at the end. Just finally then to mention these advisors, at the end of each round you can stick a coin on one of these advisors to get a bonus action. So some of them, like this one, will let you move cubes from one area to another. This one just gets you cubes and a victory point. And this one is going to give you victory points depending on how many cubes you've got in areas. So there's a selection of these, and they kind of go out different each time. So you're always picking from 3 new ones each round. At the end of the game, whoever has the most victory points is the winner. What do we think?
I really like it. It's another Feld game that I like. I think it's that perfect kind of game where it's easy to teach, doesn't take too long, but it's strategic and the best player is always going to win. Yeah, I like it.
Steve?
I think it's beautifully paced for a Stefan Feld game. I think, like Rob says, it's very easy. The drafting's very quick. It's not slowed down by lots of players. We played this literally probably less than an hour once we'd been told all the things that I had to read the rules because I'd forgotten a bit. But it's very simple once you're told what's going on. I think you can always take every action at least once on your turn. You've got 9 cards and you've got every action available in those cards, and you will eventually draw the one you want. If there's one action you want, you don't have to rely on it being drafted to you. You're a bit unlucky sometimes if you get 2 of the actions you want in the same pick because you have to pass 2 of your 3 cards on. But it's just beautifully paced, it's very simple, and there are many avenues to do well. I think if you ignore the rat track, you can get hurt a bit. Travi was piling point after point after point, but he got hit by the rat about 4 times out of 9 rounds in the game, and so he just lost points and didn't end up winning.
Mark?
Yep, it's Stefan Feld just drafting, short, sweet, to the point. Every action's important. Everything's clean, and the weight and decision between all of them is equally important. It's such a clean game in the way it plays. You've got 3 cards, choose which one you're going to pass on. Nothing's complex, but there's a lot of thoughts and process in it.
Rating out of 10?
I think I'd give this an 8 because I really like it.
Okay, Steve?
It's super quick, very easy to teach. Plus, it plays about an hour. I'd probably give it 7.5.
Okay. Rob?
7.
All right. Yeah, I was surprised at how quick this one is actually. Usually Stefan Feld games do take quite a bit longer, but this one's nice and light. And I like all the mechanics. It's fairly dry, like most of his games, and the artwork's not particularly inspiring, but it's very streamlined, and the choices you're having to make each round, they're quick, but they're interesting. It feels like a classic Stefan Feld, your kind of Castles of Burgundy era of game, I think. So I really enjoyed it. I'd be on an 8 out of 10. All right, thanks for watching. That was Notre Dame.